EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. An option handoff here to Mixon. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide up. 11 mighty. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his running back, Mixon. He finds some open field here. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for Cincinnati.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 37 yards. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. 42 yards rushing now in the opening quarter of this AFC Championship game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Burrow, rolling to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, Do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
To the air again, Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Now Joe Mixon. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds, because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. And the first play will be a field goal try. McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Now Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now here's a carry heading left. Down to about the 22 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship, 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 30. 10. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mahomes now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is down to a field goal. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Here's Hardman on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they try the right side here. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Going to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Second and 2.
Stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. On first down, Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here we go. 180. What is that? 11 Thomas.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. The 20. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
A toss left, Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's second and 10.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On third down, Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. McPherson's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession, gigantic. And all the way down to the 29. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Down the line. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And now if the Chiefs hit the PAT, they will take the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here we
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Connecting with Mixon.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup.
Just too many short underneath throws. They've got to get the ball downfield.
And in a hurry.
Here we go. 11. Hey, check back, sit.
Burrow. Eluding the pressure right.
Now Burrow loses the football.
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
Here we go.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
2nd down and 8. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mixon.
96 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Now Burrow.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in an evenly contested AFC title game, that very likely was the kick that'll send them to the Super Bowl.
And that's why you and I are up in the booth. Can't even imagine the pressure he was under right there. I mean, that's a career definer. And he stepped up and calmly put it through the uprights.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Let's go, defense. Get off the field, defense. Check. Quick. Yellow. Here we go, again. Yellow. 7. 15. Here we go. Switch.
One final try from Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right?